Great action there.
They have a major boost with John Collins back to take his position on the left side of midfield. But with Steve Archibald and Gareth Evans out, the big question is who will partner Keith Houchen up front. Hibs have made a major investment in Brian Hamilton, signed for £250,000 from St Mirren, 22 years old, and one for the future undoubtedly in the eyes of his manager, Allex Miller. There's Keith Houchen. He cost £300,000 from Coventry in March, scored in his debut against Hearts, but has found goals hard to come by since then. So there's the Rangers line-up without Chris Woods, but with Bonnie Ginsberg there. Gary Stevens is fit to play it right back after passing a test on his calf injury. So there's Bonnie Ginsberg, the Israeli international. 22 caps he has, signed for £200,000, making his first league appearance for Rangers. Mo Johnston making his first appearance for Rangers in an away match in the league, still looking to open his competitive account after his £1.5 million transfer from Nantes. Referee this afternoon, Mr. Hugh Williamson from Renfrew. As the match gets underway with Rangers playing down the hill with a very fierce wind behind them. Spinning away from Goff, there's Houchen. Butcher using his strength there to make that challenge. Played back by Stevens. So Bonnie Ginsberg gets the chance to settle in Premier Division football. Off the head of Johnston, here's McCoist. Well, good link up again, an attack from Rangers. Johnston's headed and McCoist looking very sharp. There was the ball played on by Johnston. McCoist trying to find room for the shot, didn't get real power into it, and Gorham made a good save. There's Houchen. Well beaten by Butcher. Back it goes from Walters to Monroe. Hunter doing well in the air for Hibs. Ray Wilkins, and McCoist back towards Walters. Fine tackle that by Kane. Hibs defence keeping it shape. Wilkins. Stevens to Stephen. McCoist back towards Walters, or challenging fiercely. There's Monroe now, Wilkins. Walters, deflected there by Johnston. That could have been dangerous. Oh, Johnston looking very alert inside the box. Walters lining up the shot. There was Johnston trying to deflect that beyond Gorham. Challenge was by Trevor Stephen on Sneddon. Before going across, very upset about the linesman's verdict, but that's a Rangers throw. Gary Stevens waiting for Terry Butcher to get into the box. Butcher, he's the target all right, doing well to get ahead to the ball. Ferguson towards Walters. Away from Kane, who was held there right on the edge of the box by Paul Kane. The referee's given the free kick right on the edge of the box. Well, this was very close indeed. A clear foul, there's no question about that. And the infringement was indeed just outside the penalty area. Rangers were hoping for a penalty from that. That was clearly correct, though. Free kick, well, wasted by Wilkins. Here's Ian Ferguson. A good strike by Ferguson. Johnson is closing in, looking for the rebound. Ian Ferguson has lots of shooting power, particularly in that right foot, and wind assisted. This was tricky for Gorham. Off doing well against Houchen. Collins to the middle. Well, an equal contest that. Real against Butcher in the air. colleague in space. Houchen does well. This is Orr. Taking out Kane. Now Collins. Kane towards Weir. Here's Houchen. Keith Houchen for Hibs. Ginsberg is beaten. 19 minutes of the match gone. And in just about Hibs' first concerted attack of the match, they take the lead. Beautiful move. Kane sets it up for Collins. Back to Kane. Here's Mickey Weir. Look at the way Houchen engineers some space for himself and drills that beyond Ginsberg to put Hibs ahead. Hibs supporters, I'm sure, can scarcely believe it. They've been defending the bulk of the match so far, scarcely had the chance to get forward. And the first real attempt on goal, they take the lead. Keith Houchen showing tremendous finishing power. Lucky Williamson now moving the wall back the requisite 10 yards. Here's Ferguson. Inches wide. Well, this was incredible power from Ian Ferguson. Look at this. Andy Gorham was struggling. If that had been inside the post, I fancy Rangers would have been another chance. Houchen sends it back. Hamilton to Collins. Here's Houchen. And very good play in defence again from Stuart Munro. Ginsberg very quick there, going for the rescue of Rangers inside the box. There's Stephen, and now Johnston to Stevens. A great build-up this from Rangers. Let it back to Johnston. And Wilkins couldn't keep the shot down. That was superb play from Rangers. A great move. Johnston setting up Gary Stevens on the right. There with the cross. Nodded down by Stephen towards Johnston, trying to catch it on the volley. Back it goes to Wilkins, and no problems in the end. Very difficult kick out against the wind. Put up by Houchen on Stevens. Short free kick, Stevens to Wilkins. Here's Trevor Stephen. Playing across earlier, here's Richard Goff. Now Johnston! Vintage Maurice Johnston, but Andy Gorham was on that line, keeping a very close eye on things. A superb move by Rangers. Wilkins playing it wide. Trevor Stephen with the cross, the deep one. The header on here from Richard Goff. Look at this effort from Maurice Johnston and the save from Gorham. Wilkins played it forward. Walter has beaten the offside trap. Great chance for Rangers. There's McCoist. Well, that was down to the positioning of Gorham. Fine move again from Rangers. Walters released on the right. He was onside, heading for the byline, cutting this back. McCoist controlled it. Look at the way Gorham cut down the line. Very calm figure. The Hibs captain, Andy Gorham. And this time, half-time whistle goes. Hibs go off, greatly relieved. They've scored the only goal of a very difficult first half. Keith Houchen was the scoring hero, and a fine piece of finishing it was. Taking possession just outside the box, easing himself into a shooting position and rifling that shot beyond Bonnie Ginsberg in the Rangers goal to give Hibs the lead. Rangers having... So Hibs now playing downhill with a very strong wind behind them. So a totally different match now for both sides in the second half. Neil Cooper and Ali McCoist clashing over there on the far touchline. Well, it looks as though there's trouble for Cooper. Well, that appears to develop out of virtually nothing. Neil Cooper trying to explain himself to referee Hugh Williamson. It certainly will not prevent him receiving a booking at least. Well, bit of a dispute over a little bit of throw. Scarcely merited that kind of treatment. And Neil Cooper sullies what has otherwise been an outstanding performance in defence for Hibs. Wilkins playing it in, it's touched on by Johnston. There's Walters backing into Gordon Hunter, committing a foul which has given Hibs the free kick inside their own box. Butcher did a tough time with Keith Houchen in the air so far in the match. There's Monroe. Neat turn by Johnston. That's for McCoist. Across goes Snedden. Well, the athleticism of Alan Snedden very important for Hibs. Good build up this. Johnston turning well, playing it through the gap. McCoist racing after the ball, and Snedden got there just in time. Houchen holding off Butcher. Waiting now for support to arrive. Good running again by Houchen. Fine play by the big striker. Making that out of nothing all by himself. Showing a tremendous amount of confidence, close control, and shooting power. Collins, neat sidestep there for Wilkins. He's brought down by Ferguson. Well, two of the great emerging talents in Scottish football in direct opposition, John Collins and Ian Ferguson. Certainly is some battle in the middle of the field. There's Paul Kane with a free kick. For Graham Mitchell. Ginsberg's in trouble. Mickey Weir makes it 2. 4 minutes into the second half. Jubilation again for the Hibs fans. Bonnie Ginsberg hangs his head. It was undoubtedly his error. Never got to the pitch of that ball. It came off Mitchell. There was Mickey Weir to steer it into the empty net. And Hibs go 2 in front. The layoff came from Johnston. It was intended for Ferguson. Plays it forward. Brian Hamilton now has space. There's Houchen. Good running by Kane. Oh, and a tangle of legs with Walters. Well, Hibs fans incensed that no foul was given. Well, that was controversial, all right. The way Kane came driving into the box here. The way he tries to go across the bows of Walters. There's the tangle. No question in the end, Walters brought down Kane, but the referee deciding that was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Richard lets that go through. There's Ginsberg. And Houchen made the challenge, going in high. An apology offered by Houchen. Ginsberg has taken the full brunt of that. Richard let that go. Houchen went there for the ball. I think there's little doubt about that. He certainly caught the keeper. That certainly was no malice intended by the big striker. Peter Smith and Graham Souness remain in the director's box. Cooper's header, there's Weir with a layoff. Here's John Collins. And now Mitchell. Weir again. So quick in the turn, little Mickey Weir. This is Brian Hamilton. Angling the ball in. Well, that was fortunate for Rangers, the way it came off Gary Stevens' head. Johnston with a layoff. There's Ferguson, now Stephen. Setting up Walters, who's seeing lots of the ball now for Rangers. Sending over the cross early this time. Johnston nods it down. That's Stephen. And Kane with a pass back, directed there by Andy Gorham, who told him exactly where to put it. Promising again for Rangers. Look at this. Delicate header down by Johnston to Trevor Stephen. The shot well blocked by Hunter. And then Paul Kane being directed to play that wide of the target for Andy Gordon. There's Weir again, a great chance for Hibs. Stopped! Mickey Weir holds his head. That surely would have clinched the match. Consternation created in that Rangers defence again by the high clearance. Weir creating a space for himself and drilling the ball well. Kane and Johnston together. Here's Neil Cooper. Checking his bearings carefully before sending that out of play. There's Mark Walters. Fine cross. Up goes Goff. Richard Goff at his best, arriving late in the box for the header. This is a superb out-swinging cross from Mark Walters. Johnston couldn't get to it. In came Richard Goff, and a fine save again from Gordon. Broke away from Ferguson. Here's Mitchell. Hamilton chasing Monroe. A little burst of acceleration from Stuart Monroe. With a throw. Here's Houchen. Back with Paul Kane. An awkward one for Ginsberg. In trouble again. Turned away by Stephen. Well, it's a treacherous day for goalkeepers. In all fairness to Bonnie Ginsberg, every goalkeeper in the country would dread this kind of ball with the wind causing all these problems. And Rangers get the ball to safety. Just it down by McCoist. Here's Trevor Stephen. Running into trouble. He was brought down by Hunter. Set piece now for Rangers to exploit. 10 minutes of the match remaining as Andy Gordon organises his wall, asking for 4 players. Against the wind, this will be a difficult strike for any of the Rangers players. It's played short by Ferguson to Stephen. And that just about sums up the Rangers' day. It's going to be a free kick to Hibs for offside inside the box, but what an effort this was by Gary Stevens. Thundering that off the inside of the post. It would have been interesting to see if that goal would have been allowed to stand had it hit the net. But Hibs hustling very well indeed, denying a lot of space, particularly in the middle of the field. Now it's funneling back to the edge of the box as Wilkins tries to thread the pass through for Johnston. Stevens, now Stephen. That's a good cross. Bravely turned away by Kane. Well, here's something which really doesn't get enough attention in my view. The quality of this defensive header by Paul Kane. Well, that really was important for Hibs. This is Weir. Now Kane. Collins and Kane retaining possession. It's Hamilton. Well, Hibs fans are loving this, the way Hibs are retaining possession in the closing moments. The referee checking his watch carefully now, looking towards his linesman. The whistle will go at any second now. And there it goes. Hibs the winners by 2-0. Mickey Weir getting a vital second goal early in the second half to add to the goal scored by Keith Houchen in the first half. The twin spearhead doing the damage for Hibs, but their commitment, their organisation and their superb performance in defence, setting up the opportunity to win 2 points and to leave Rangers pointless after 2 league matches. Who would have believed it?
Mickey, you're one half of a little enlarged partnership up front today. How did you feel about that?
Oh, it's okay. Keithy works hard for me, you know, and he gets wee flicks on that I can get onto. But yeah, obviously, centre forward's not my position, but just play where you play, you know.
Is that the first time you played with him up front?
Yeah, apart from practice games that we worked on last week, that's the first time I played with him, yeah.
There was some resolve for you. How do you recall the goals coming around, the first one particularly from Keith?
Well, the first one was just I don't know who really hit. Somebody had a shot and it just hit my foot and landed to somewhere. And Keith, next thing I knew, the ball was in the net. Keith had hit it and it was in the net. And when they go in, you don't know who scores.
Well, you could care about the second one because you scored it. How do you remember that one?
It's just a long ball in the air. The keeper came out for it and just landed at my feet. I just turned and hit it. Lucky the net was there.
Well, my reckoning, that was your first goal for more than a season. Is that right?
That's right. Well, last season was a disaster for me. I had a bad injury. But I'm hopeful that's all over with now and I can start again.
Now, you could have doubled your tally, of course, later on in that second half. How did you miss that great chance later on?
Well, I don't like to talk about it like that. I just felt my left foot and it's not my greatest defeat. I just beat the boy. I hit it as hard as I could and I looked up me a bit by the post and it was over and done.
How important was it for you to be part of a Hibs team beating Rangers, the champions at this time of the season?
It's not just a point of beating Rangers, you know. We've got to beat everyone at home. You've got to get your points in at home, you know. Rangers is just another game. There's no special about beating Rangers. They're all there to beat. You just get out there and do it.
I felt everybody did their job properly and the two boys up front worked really hard for us.
What was your strategy before the match?
Well, our strategy was to close Rangers down quickly. If we give Rangers time in the ball, they're very good players. They've got quality throughout their whole team and if you give players of quality time, they can play.
And what are the implications, do you think, for Hibs of a result like this so early in the season?
Well, I feel it was a follow-on from last week. At Aberdeen, I felt we contained them in the second half and maybe could have got a goal. I was very disappointed to not come away with a point there. We've had our first league game at home against Rangers and we've got 2 points. It was important as a club to get 2 points on the board quickly.
Now, you had a problem before the match with no Steve Archibald and no Gareth Evans through injury, and you played Mickey Weir. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, I felt that Michael playing on a side might have been closed down quickly. We played him through the middle and worked with Keith and did very well for us. He posed them problems and he scored the second goal.
Is that a combination you may persevere with?
No, I'd rather have Archibald